How can you model anything in 3D? Everyone knows how to make, for example, a donut in Blender, but how do you model something like a cinnamon bun? And what does AI have to do with this? Let's figure it out. The task was simple. I wanted to create a nice, baked-looking cinnamon bun, but with a minimum time and efforts. So what the method do we have? First of all, a classic 3D methods, sculpting and modeling. For example, using a curves and spiral shape. You already know this, it works, but it's not very interesting. So the question is, can we do this with AI? The idea is simple. We generate an image from a cinnamon bun on a white background and try to recreate it in a 3D using the different AI tools. I tested several services. First of all, it was a Meta 3D. This one was recommended to me on Instagram. It's a Meta Sam 3D generator. The result is pretty decent and it's completely free. You upload an image, select the working areas, and that's it, you get a result. You can also add effects and export this result as a video or a 3D points. That's the main downside. There is no proper export format yet, but you can convert the result later, for example in Egisoft Metashape. The next one is Hanyan 3D 2. I know there is a version 3, but for that I needed a VPN and the Chinese interface, so I must translate it. I will tell you about that next time. So I tested version 2 from the Tencent service. In my option, it does a pretty good job. The geometry is okay, but I didn't really like the textures. But it's a good service. You can get about 3 or 4 free tries, so you can test it by yourself. Tripo 3D actually saved me on different projects, and the result was almost perfect. For these tasks, it's also worked quite well. There is some limits on the free version, but overall I can recommend this service fully. Hyper 3D Rodin. This service I even bought a subscription. It allows you to generate models from the multiple images. Some other services also have this feature, but usually it's paid, so I only tested it here. In my option, this AI is better for stylized models. Realism and high detailed are not its strong side of this service. Still, I use it from time to time. What's the cool? It's the generation happens in stages. You can edit the mesh, then the control textures with the different prompts, and even do local edits. In my video example, I tried to make a spiral on the top of the bun. I edit only the top part of the model, but it didn't really work. The AI changed the shape, scaled it, squeezed it, but I never got a real spiral, only same circular shapes. Next is Meshy AI. They market themselves as an industry leader. Partly that's true, but not on the free version. The free version uses old models, which are not as good as the latest one. In the video, I show the preview of the newest version and then compare it to the free result. The free version also has a limited edition options. Meshy has a step-by-step generation and a lot of features. Mesh editing, shaders, stylization or realism, detailed control and multi-image generation too. There's a lot you can do, but you need a subscription. And that my improvised experiment. I know this won't work well for most people, but I wanted to try it anyway. I generated a fly around video of the cinnamon bun in a VAO, horizontal and vertical version. Then I converted video into image sequence and tried to make a photogrammetry using Egisoft Metashape. And this is the result. I think it's usable, but geometry is bad and there are many inaccuracies. So, in conclusion, this was a short overview of AI tools I managed to test for far. I'll keep sharing new things in the future. Write the comments if you know any similar services. But for the final, and yes, in the end, I modeled the cinnamon bun by hand. Maybe it's not perfect, I'm not saying it's better than AI, but still the topology may be a little bit cleaner. And if you're interested, you can check it out, link in description, and buy it. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.